The Gah Havan. Unto Ahura Mazda be propitiation. A blessing is righteousness, called the best. 1. I confess myself a Mazda worshipper of Zarathustra's order, a foe to the Avas, devoted to the lore of the Lord, for the holy Havana, regulator of the ritual order, for its sacrifice, homage, propitiation, and praise, and for Savanga and Visya, the righteous regulators of the ritual order, for their homage, sacrifice, propitiation, and praise, for those of the Astnya, the day lords, during daylight, and the Yara, lords of the days, in their length, and for the Mahya, the month lords, and the Yairya, year lords, and for those of the especial seasons, and to Mithra of the wide pastures, of the 1,000 ears, of the myriad eyes, the Yazad of the spoken name, be sacrifice, homage, propitiation, and praise, and to Raman Havastra, 3 and 4. And we sacrifice to Ahura Mazda, the holy lord of the ritual order, and to Zarathustra, and to the Vavasha of Zarathustra the saint. And we sacrifice to the bounteous immortals, the guardians of the saints, and to the good, heroic, and bounteous Pravashis of the saints, of the living and of the dead, of the bodily and of those in heaven, and we sacrifice to the highest of the lords, the one that most attains its ends, and we sacrifice to the most strenuous of the Yazads, the most satisfying of the lords of the ritual order, the one who reaches what he seeks, the most infallibly of those who has as yet approached the nearest in the ritual, even to the timely prayer of the saint who rules in the ritual order. 5. And we sacrifice to the Havana, the holy lord of the ritual order, and to the universal wheel, the holy, ruling in the ritual order, and to deathlessness, the holy, ruling in the ritual order. And we sacrifice the question and lore of the holy lord of the ritual order, and we sacrifice to that heroic mighty Yasna, the Haptanga Ette, the lord of the ritual order. 6. And we sacrifice to Savanga and Visya, the holy lords of the ritual order, and we sacrifice to the Iryama Ishyo, the holy lord of the ritual order, the powerful, victoriously smiting, and that which no hate can reach, which overwhelms all torments, and which passes over all torments with victory, which is the uppermost and the middle, and the foremost for the effective invocation of that surpassing Mathra, the 5 Gathas, 7 and 8. We sacrifice to Mithra of the wide pastures, and to Raman Havastra for the worship and exaltation of Visya the chief, and we sacrifice to Visya, the holy lord of the ritual order, and to Mithra, and to Raman Havastra, 9 through 11. And we sacrifice to thee, the fire, Ahura Mazda's son, the holy lord of the ritual order, and we sacrifice to this Betersman, which has the Zaathra with it, and the girdle with it, and which is spread with exact sanctity itself, the holy lord, and we sacrifice to the Apam Napat, and to Nairya Sangha, and to that Yazad, the swift curse of the wise, and we sacrifice to the souls of the dead, which are the Vavashis of the saints, and we worship that exalted Lord who is Ahura Mazda, the highest object of the ritual order, who is the one who has attained the most homage in the ritual, and we sacrifice to all the words which Zarathustra spake, and to all the deeds well done, and to those which shall yet be done in days to come, and we sacrifice to that male one of the beings whose gift and the offering Ahura doth know to be better, and of the female saints the same, as the Ahu is to be revered and chosen, so is the Ratu, one who rules from the righteous order, a creator of mental goodness, and of life's action done for Mazda and for the kingdom, is to Ahura, which to the poor shall offer a nurturer. Now, I am not denying that these things can and have been interpreted as, that people should worship, that worship in more of the sense that people would tend to think that they people treating these things as gods. But that's not the only way to look at these things. And the Gah Havan recited during the days after the Gathas, the last 5 of the year, a long period of time must have elapsed since the Gathas were composed, as they probably were not originally 5, yet they seem to have only been remembered as such. Verses 5 and 6, Ephrenagon, 1:14 through 18 for verse 6, see verses 1 and 2, also Ephrenagon 19, and to be recited wrong note. To be recited every day at the time of Havana, sort of like the dawn prayer, you could say. Or is this sunrise? I think it's supposed to be at dawn. But we have a special yast. The yazad of the spoken name. So any of the official yazads probably had a yast at some point. And from verse 2, we move on to verse 6. Iryama Ishyo, the personified prayer. See Yasna 54. And that is it for that time. But in a way, we're supposed to be the ones that personify the prayers, aren't we?